A man usually leaves a woman for another woman, but a woman leaves a man for herself.
Okay, this has got to be the biggest lie ever told by a female. As a matter of fact, this has got to be the biggest self-projection that I've ever heard by a female, right? At least one that has voiced this. So she basically said that a man leaves a woman for another woman, but a woman leaves a man for herself. And you know that is complete horseshit. Complete horseshit and completely opposite, right, of reality. Because it is actually women that leave men for another man. When a man leaves a woman, if he chooses to leave a woman, it is for himself, right? Because men generally don't leave women for other women, right? Men might cheat. If men cheat on their partner, 99% of the time they don't leave. They just like cheat on them, and it's usually just sexual, right? If the man decides to leave the woman, he's leaving that woman because she's just gotten too unbearable, too unpleasant to be around. He's lost attraction for her, and he sees no other reason to stick around. He's not going to stay with that chick until he meets another woman. No, he will just leave that chick and be by himself, right? And I've known a lot of guys who just do that, right? They've done that. They've left their partner because of those reasons, right? The chick just became too unpleasant to be around, too unbearable. They lost attraction for her because she got too masculine, and they left. They're like, I don't even want to be with you. I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be around your company. I'd rather be by myself. So the fact that she said that it's women who do that, that is absolutely laughable, right? Absolutely laughable. Almost never. And then you know how they never say never? They say never to say never. I'm saying never, right? Almost never do women leave a man without having another man lined up, right? And you know what? Even statistics will back me up on this. Statistically, women, they say up to like 68%. And these are only the women who've admitted it. Because you know a lot of women will lie when they get a poll like that. And they just will say, no, that's not me. I don't do that, because they don't want to look bad. But for the ones that got to be honest, 68% of women have admitted to having the next dating partner lined up while she was still in a relationship in her LTR. Okay, 68%. And obviously, if more women were honest, that would be higher. I think it would be closer to 90%, to be honest with you. And that's still being generous, because I think it's more like 97, 98%. And this is why so many guys are stunned, right? You ever have like a dating partner, like you're just like, you dated for like maybe 3, 4, 5 years or even longer than that, and you finally break up, and then your girl has a boyfriend within 2 weeks. It's like, where did this guy come from? We were together 5 years, and then within 2 weeks, you're in an LTR. A month later, you're getting married? What? Where did this dude come from? It's like, bro, that guy was already in her life. He was probably in her life years before. That's how she could just jump right into a relationship with him. That's how she could just get married like that. She already knew that guy. He was already lined up. So this chick is completely delusional. She's totally off her rocker. It's women who leave men for another man. It's men who leave women for themselves. And this just confirms why so many women are narcissists, especially these days, because narcissists tend to do a lot of self-projecting. That's something you'll learn in basic psychology, is narcissists almost always entirely self-project. Because they can't separate other people from themselves, they see other people as themselves. And it's usually the ugly parts they don't want to see in themselves. They try to project onto other people, right? So she may be a narcissist, and this is something that she does. A lot of women do this too, right? They self-project the ugly traits they have about themselves onto others, right? This is why people just go nuts with narcissists. Like, they feel like they're being gaslighted, because it's like, are you insane? Are you delusional? Can you not see in the mirror that you're describing yourself and not me? You're talking about you and not me. It's kind of like when I get hater attacks in my comments, and they write these diatribes of like ugly comments, and it's like, Do you realize they don't? But it's like, can you understand that you're describing yourself in this list here? I mean, you're like literally describing yourself to a T. It's like all the ugly traits about yourself you're trying to pin on me, right? It's like that's what narcissists do. They're like children, right? They have no accountability whatsoever. So they try to project their not so attractive traits onto others. So you'll notice a lot of women do this. It's like, oh, we're so faithful as women. We don't leave men for another man. We leave men for ourselves. It's like, no, you're lying. You're trying to self-project because you've got it backwards, right? It's men who leave women for themselves in most cases, right? But it's women who leave their man for another man in almost all cases. Not going to say all, but almost all cases, right? There's those anomalies out there where the chick has just had enough, she doesn't care, and she's just leaving, and she doesn't have any, like, another lily pad to jump through. But in most cases, women are, I mean, just by nature, they're hypergamous. So they are always looking for the bigger, better deal. Even that red pill truth alone completely obliterates her narrative that, oh, it's, women leave men for themselves. No, hypergamy says otherwise. You have shiny object syndrome. You're constantly looking for the BBD, the bigger, better deal, and you're leaving men. You're constantly looking to replace your dating partners. I did a coaching video of that on my 33 Seekers channel. I said most women you date, not all, most, okay? Most women you date are constantly looking to replace you because it's part of their nature as a female that they are hypergamous. So, unbelievable she had the balls to actually say this with a straight face. But let's roll into the next quick clip here from TikTok. This is a girl who is pretty much tired of feminism, and she has some things to say about Cardi B. So let's roll the tape.
Yeah, exactly. Just another reason to the long, long list of why I would never be a feminist. Cardi B should keep her wet-ass P-word to herself.
I only wish we had more women like this out there, right? Who just don't toe the social narrative of feminism and, oh yeah, whap, whap, and like all these disgusting, perverted, filthy, like pop artists that we have today. I don't even call them artists. I usually call them singing strippers, right? Because that's really what they are. They're singing strippers. Basically encouraging their fan base, which is mostly made up of little girls, like 8, 9, 10 years old, talking about like sexual things that they should not be hearing at that age, and it's all part of this feminist narrative to sexualize children at a very young age and turn them into whores, sluts, and really at the end of it, really what's at the base of this is they want to destroy the family unit. They want to demoralize you, destroy any type of values that are left in society. They want to completely demoralize society, sexualize children. Their ultimate goal, ultimate agenda is to destroy the family unit, because that's really the only thing standing in the way of them having a matriarchy, right? Because that's what they want to do. They want to destroy the patriarchy and create a matriarchy. So it's always nice to hear women like this step up and say, hey, I'm not down with that. I'm not down with it. She didn't even repeat the P word. I'm not surprised, because a lot of women who don't buy into feminism or like postmodernism or don't consider themselves a modern woman usually have these traditional values. They don't have a potty mouth. You notice a lot of these women that I cover in these TikTok videos, they're completely damaged, so they all have like potty mouths. Like every word's an F word and F this, and they're always like being vulgar, and they're just completely classless, right? They're just completely classless. So it's always nice to hear a woman just speak eloquently and not need to use profanity or vulgarity in her language. And speaking of vulgarity, let's roll on to this next clip.
You can be an entire China set and a motherfucker will still cheat on you with a concession stand napkin. Do not let anybody treat you like a motherfucking second option. You're on the come up, baby. First is the best. Second is a side. Bitch, if you're not getting treated like the queen you are, bye!
So, speaking of potty mouths, there you go. I mean, there you go. This is basically what young girls are being encouraged to act like these days. Just foul mouth, vulgar, entitled little brats, right? Because she's like, oh, if you're not being treated like the queen you are, bye. And it's like, okay, that's all fine and dandy, but what do you learn from that? If somebody's not willing to treat you like a queen, and you're just like, bye, on to the next guy. Oh, he's not willing to treat me like a queen either. Bye, on to the next guy. Oh, he's not treating me like a queen. Bye. And then you just repeat this cycle of trying to find some guy who's basically an idiot, basically some guy who's a sucker or a complete simp who's going to kowtow to you. That you're never going to respect anyway. Right? So that's the thing a lot of modern females don't understand is respect, being treated like a queen or a king. That is something that is earned through example, right? That is something that is earned by demonstrating that you are worthy of that. And this is a lesson that most men understand, but most women do not. And this is why you see so many of these like Mary Sue type characters written into some of our favorite childhood movies like a Star Wars, or like how they hijack a lot of male movies like Ghostbusters or Mad Max or whatever, right? But Star Wars in particular I could think of, where the character all of a sudden has all these lightsaber skills. She's a master Jedi without any training whatsoever, without any tutelage, without anybody becoming her master to teach her this stuff. No, she just learned it out of thin air. She's a master because she's a master, and it's like nobody buys that, right? I mean, most of the audience who watch that were like, this is bullshit. How is she a Jedi master all of a sudden? Because most men who like watch that, right, they understood like, no, you have to go through the training. Your power comes from your knowledge. And, you have to train with Yoda and all this other stuff. Whereas for women, it's like, nope, don't gotta do a thing. I'm a Jedi master. And it's like, that's why, like, people have boycotted Star Wars now. And now people just don't even want to watch that shit, right? It's just, I don't watch that. I stopped watching Star Wars. I think the last one was the George Lucas one that he made, was like Revenge of the Sith. I haven't watched a single one since because I knew they were going to do this. I knew they were going to implant these Mary Sue characters that are going to all of a sudden like be, kicking everyone's asses, and they're like 5'2" and 100 pounds soaking wet, kicking these asses of like all these guys that are like twice their size. I didn't want to see that. I'm like, okay, I love participating in fantasy, but I don't want to participate in bullshit, right? It's like, dude, tell a good story. I don't want to be indoctrinated by your bullshit. And that's what it was. It was basically bullshit. This is why I don't support Star Wars anymore. I don't watch any Star Wars. I know they opened a new Star Wars at Disneyland. Never been to that. I don't even go to Disneyland anymore. I boycotted them years ago. I don't give them any of my money. I don't support them. I would never have them as a sponsor like they would ever sponsor me. But yeah, I would never do anything like that. So, but this is where this type of attitude and this type of entitlement comes from, right? It comes from society just basically propagating this stuff and encouraging girls to be like, oh, I'm strong, empowered, and fierce and independent, without actually working for that, right? Without actually demonstrating any of those qualities. I mean, most of these girls who are like, oh, I'm fierce and independent, oh, I'm a queen and all this, most of these girls are lacking pretty much all of those qualities that they are claiming they are, right? It's like most of these girls are like, I'm a queen and I'm strong and empowered. It's like these girls have proven nothing in life. I mean, for the most part, they're losers, right? They're losers because only losers want credit for something that they didn't earn, right? Only losers would accept the participation trophy. So anyway, guys, as always, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video, about her little rant, as well as my own. Share below. I'd love to see your comments. I'd love to read your comments, and drop them below. With that said, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Go ahead and smash that like button below. Do it now. Also, hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Helps me out a ton when you guys subscribe, so please make sure you subscribe to my channel as well. And for all you guys who want to support my work and all of this incredible, amazing red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I am teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I am talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, baby. The hottest women on the planet. Okay, I teach you how to do that in 7 months of mastery. And you know what? I have tons, thousands upon thousands of successful students now all around the world. Okay, a lot of these guys often drop comments in my comment section talking about how they're in my program, they've met their dream girl, they've met their future wife. I've had a number of students who've been through my 7 months of mastery program already met their wife thanks to my teachings, right? They met a high value, high caliber, hot wife, right? Way above what they were able to get previously before they jumped into my program, 7 months of mastery. They were able to get a girl who was much, much more attractive, much hotter, and much higher value thanks to my teachings. And you know what? I want you to become one of them. Even if you don't plan on getting married, find yourself a cool chick, a high value chick, not one of these like low value, like DG single moms, or you know, women who are passive prime or damaged goods or anything like that. I want to teach you how to go out there and get high value women, just like my students are all around the world. You can become one of us, and all you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you could get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds, and it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons. So it's only $1 for the entire first month of high value coaching lessons from me. So take advantage of it. And it's the best way to support my work, guys. And thank you very much if you do. I appreciate it. Thanks in advance. And let's crack on out of here.